In this entry, we are on the Chicago trip. So don't mind the fact that I am at home right now. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this video. That was the opening to my morning in Chicago. We're currently post All In here on the vlog. This is the morning after we went to All In. We had a Wreckless Eating fan meetup. Bring you guys a little bit closer here so we can get a little bit more comfortable. I told Matt, let's announce a fan meetup. It was something that we had talked about. We kind of pitched online, people were in. We didn't have a location set. We knew we were gonna be in Chicago. We knew we wanted to do a fan meetup. I told Matt, let's just announce it on Facebook. So we posted it like 48 hours before we left for Chicago. We had about 24 hours there. And then we went to the Riverwalk and I started making phone calls and I was just calling places and calling places. One of the first places that I sent an email to, big shout out to Bob. Bob, if you are watching this, Bob is from Chicago. He's a Wreckless Eating fan. He sent me a whole bunch of local breweries that he's experienced and been to or either heard to with a detailed list that really helped me kind of narrow down what I was going to be emailing and calling. It was super helpful, Bob. Thank you very much for your help. So one of the first places that I emailed was this place called Exit Strategy Brewing, and nobody got back to me. I got like 2 people that got back to me and then 2 people that answered a couple phone calls. Like nobody was returning my emails, which I mean is all right. So on Friday, we went down to the Riverwalk. Nancy snapped a couple pictures of me. We just started placing phone calls and Exit Strategy Brewing answered. And I was like, listen, we got a YouTube channel. We're just trying to find a place to host a fan meetup. So we ended up sealing the deal with them. Exit Strategy Brewing was amazing. We had such a good time. It ended up being the perfect place for this fan meetup, from the environment that we would want to bring, the friendly, calm, just cool, quiet little place. Ooh, let me put that on vibrate, huh? So it ended up being the perfect place. I kicked off the morning filming this opening. And good morning, everybody. God, the lighting in here is terrible, but look, I got this cool little like, pow. Oh, I didn't even press it. Look at me. Lighting on a button, like that's pretty cool. This house is very easily equipped. It's not quite a smart house, but it's just a very well put together 2018 house, which is really, really nice. We are just getting ready to leave here this morning. It is Sunday here in Chicago. For those of you just joining me on the trip, we are here in Chicago. Today is our fan meetup day. It is 11:30 in the morning right now. Fan meetup's at 1. We're getting ready to leave our Airbnb right now. We're just getting everything charged up, packed up. I got a little editing done. Everyone's kind of waking up. It was a slow day from All In last night. We had so much fun last night. I think we were all still right in the high. We are just tired. Drank a lot, ate a lot, walked a lot, screamed a lot. My voice still hurts. We're just having such a good time. So now we are just finishing up, getting ourselves ready, and we're gonna go hang out. For any fans that want to come say hello, we put the option out there a couple days early. We would have liked to have been able to actually plan this out a little bit better. With more time, probably 2-3 weeks probably would have been cool, but everything was so last minute. This trip was coming together over the past couple weeks and stuff like that. So we got to partner with Exit Strategy Brewing. I'm excited to go meet them. They were super awesome on the phone. So we're gonna go over to Exit Strategy Brewing. We are going to get some drinks, get some food. Hopefully people will show up and we can say hello, take some pictures, maybe film a few challenges there. I don't know. It should be fun. Let's see what the rest of the day holds. I think we're walking there. We may take a lift, but we'll find out right now. We ended up going over to Exit Strategy Brewing, which is in the same city that we had our Airbnb. It was like a 7-minute Uber ride. It was an amazing location. It was a cool brick building. A lot of the fans that were trying to find the place were saying that it was really hard to see, like their sign that was outside up on the wall really blended in with the wall itself. So it was kind of hard to find the location, like it wasn't well marked. But other than that, nobody had a complaint about it. It was an amazing place. The drinks were good. The food was good. Everybody agreed on that. It looked like there were a lot of locals that were already in there, so they probably have a good crowd that comes through there regularly. They have music often. We ended up walking in and meeting Catherine, who is behind the bar. She owns the place with her husband, Chris, and she was such an amazing host. Immediately was like, let's get some beers in your hands. Let's have a good time. It was just such a cool, inviting way. She was so down to earth and so friendly. The entire staff over at Exit Strategy was amazing. So we walked in and we got to chat with her a little bit. Being out here, just wanted to say hi. We've never done a fan meetup, like to say, hey, come meet us here and do this. So
we just don't know what we're expecting.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
So kind of up in the air, we got about 15 people that are
very cool. We've had some calls this morning.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, right. Some people are like, we're coming down from Wisconsin, we're coming up from Indiana.
Oh, really?
Right.
Okay, well, that's really
right?
exciting.
That's pretty cool.
That's fun. How long have you been open for?
3.5 years.
3.5
yeah,
years.
And the building was vacant for 13 before we took it over.
Wow.
Yeah.
The place was like well over 100 years old. That she ended up putting a lot of time, and they had to have put in a lot of money, creative effort. The place from floor to ceiling was visually appealing. Hey, that rhymed. That was actually pretty cool. I like that. I should put that one on a t-shirt. Our buddies Number 6 with Cheese, they're from the Chicago area, came. We finally got to meet them. Shot a couple reviews with us. We shot a review with them. You guys are currently seeing those pop up on the Wreckless Eating channel. They brought Portillo's, I think it was. In California, it's probably Portillo's, but I feel like it's more Portillo's. So we ended up shooting the beer review for the Wreckless Eating channel, and we had the guys join us. Nancy joined in. We ended up just shooting a bunch of beers, and then as that was happening, like the fans were starting to come in. The Wreckless Eating fans were starting to fill the place. It was really, really cool, man. Like Matt and I, when we were in Seattle last December, we were talking about like, hey, maybe if anyone's in the area, someone may want to come by, say hi while we're at a restaurant or something like that, while we're filming stuff. So we had like 2 people show up in Seattle, stop by to say hi, watch us fail this terrible wing challenge. But this time we kind of put it out there a few days early. We walked into Exit Strategy Brewing, and she said that people had already called that morning. They were driving in from like Wisconsin and Indiana, but making sure that it was actually happening, right? Because like people only saw us post on Facebook, so they ended up finding the location, which we linked, and we totally partnered with them, and they're like, yeah, they're totally gonna be here. She didn't know what she was getting herself into, and to be honest, we didn't either. It was our very first fan meetup, and we ended up having, I think, a grand total of 15 people. We didn't really take a head count. It was one of those things that just, it happened, right? There was no tickets at the door. No one was paying attention. People were flowing in and out. There's about a dozen people in this picture that joined Matt, Nancy, Chris, and I, and that was amazing. There were quite a few people that had come early and then left earlier than they wanted to, so I know that they were there as well. So we're estimating about 15 people showed up, which was super cool, man. If 5 would have showed up, if 2 would have showed up, like if anyone wanted to show up and just say hi, that's cool to us. So it was really, really a successful first fan meetup in Chicago. It kind of got us excited to do another one, to be honest with you. It was one of those things that we were like, man, we could probably do it bigger and better. And literally it was exactly what we wanted it to. We wanted it to be just a place where you guys can come, grab a drink, grab some food from the establishment so they get theirs, and then you just come and hang out. Like they hosted us and they just let us hang out there and try beers and just make a bunch of noise in the back of the restaurant and stuff like that. Gave us a bunch of tables to put together, didn't charge us a thing for the seating. So like it was one of those things that it was a really cool working experience to work with Exit Strategy Brewing, as well as it was so amazing for everyone that showed up. We got to sit down. I was just drinking beers and trying to talk to as many people as I can, as well as keeping things like going, because we wanted to film a review in front of everybody, but we only showed up like an hour before. We probably could have shown up like 2 or 3 hours before, knowing what we know now. You know, it's a learning and a growing process, but we had a good time. we've had people now saying, hey, if you ever come to here, we're already interested. So that's cool. If you guys are interested, let me know in the comments down below, man. It was such a cool, fun experience, and it was a successful day. Nancy and I sat down, just about everyone was starting to clear out, everyone was hanging out, finishing up their beers and stuff like that. They were getting ready to close within like an hour or so. Nancy and I were like, shit, we haven't eaten all day. We've had a bunch of beer, but we haven't had any food, and I really wanted to try their food. I was seeing everybody order food. Nancy was running up to me and she was like, oh my God, so-and-so just ordered this. Like, that looked amazing. And so-and-so just got this and that was amazing. Then I'm looking at the tables in front of me. Their food was amazing. So we sat down and we had a meal, enjoy our food.
Woo. So, welcome back to the vlog here. We are winding down. Actually, technically, 10 minutes ago, our fan meetup was over. It was amazing talking to a whole bunch of people. I don't even know how many people showed up. I wasn't even a head count.
There was a lot of people filtering in and out, so.
I saw 10, 12 people, I'd have to say, showed up.
Conversation.
Yeah, so which was incredibly fun. Like, totally overwhelmed by the amount of people that came out, which was like a super cool. That's something special for the people that watch every video, for the people that support us and just enjoy the content that we put out. It's super cool to finally then go past the profile picture, go past the name on a comment, and really put a face to a name and sit there and have conversations. We've talked about a bunch of local things. We've talked about a bunch of Wreckless Eating
We talked about
things.
wrestling.
We talked about wrestling things. Like, it's been so fun just having a real life human interaction with the people that have been watching us, whether it's been 5 months or 5 years. Like, it's been.
I met somebody who was like been watching since the very beginning.
Yeah.
And they were so excited, and they're like, what, 35, 40 minutes away from here?
Yeah.
Drove all the way here just to hang out and
Come say hi.
and take
So
a picture.
we've been sitting here having drinks with everybody. We just ordered some food 10 minutes ago, almost 15 minutes ago. This fan meetup ended, so we just grabbed some food for ourselves. I'm gonna end up shooting it for the channel because I think it deserves more
solid
looks.
review.
We've shot quite a few reviews here. 1, 2, 3, 4 maybe videos between 2 separate channels, as well as my channel, which makes 3 channels. We've tried to do as much here as possible and squeeze it in between the people, like trying to give everyone the quality time and stuff like that. And like, we didn't know what we were doing. There wasn't any set game plan other than we wanted to come hang out with you guys, which has totally been fun. For it to all come together a couple days ago was just like totally a cool.
Yeah.
Like,
Sean had like
it was meant
he
to
had
be.
a feeling of like this is where he wanted to be, and he sent them an email before we even like headed out to Chicago, and then ended up calling and talking to one of their lead girls here, and it's been really special.
It's
She's
cool.
taking such good care of us.
So if you guys are ever in the Chicago area, from the Chicago area, make sure to go ahead and check this place out. We highly recommend it. The food, the presentation, the staff here, everyone's really
The people,
cool.
even just the people like that come here, they have so many regulars.
I'm glad this all came together the way that it came together. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the Wreckless Eating channel. Thanks again for coming over from the Wreckless Eating channel, most likely, and checking out my channel. It's kind of one of those things where truly cool for us. If any of you guys came, thank you so much for coming. It was awesome to meet you. Hopefully you guys had a good time, and we weren't too awkward because hi.
We're human just like you.
Yeah, we are. So thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for watching. We're gonna eat some food and then we'll come back to you guys.
But that was like the first time that day that I really had an opportunity to soak it all in and enjoy it, because that was really cool, and that was kind of my baby and my project to put together. So it was incredibly hard for me to like sit there and just enjoy it because there was so much to do. I had to connect with Catherine, and I had to end up keeping the filmings going and make sure that everything was done with enough time to be able to hang out with everyone and stuff. So I was kind of running a project, right? I absolutely love the experience. I cannot let this seem negative in any way, shape, or form because it was such a fun day. I'm just kind of giving you guys like an insight into more of the opposing side that you guys don't see, like the behind the cameras. It's like you're watching my vlog or something. Thank you for tuning in. We're gonna go work on dinner, and I'm gonna finish this. So yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.